The case that was hiding in plain sight, the disturbing case of DAVD.
Some cases are disturbing because of what happened, but some are disturbing because of how long they were happening, right in front of people, and no one stopped it. This is one of those stories, because when everything finally came out, it didn't feel like a sudden crime. It felt like something that had been building for years. Quietly, publicly, almost documented, and somehow still ignored. This case starts in Los Angeles, September 2025. Police are called to a tow yard because of a smell. Not just any smell, the kind that immediately tells you something is very wrong. The source, a Tesla, registered to a 20-year-old musician named David. Now here's the thing. That car had been sitting in the Hollywood Hills for weeks, just parked, abandoned. People noticed it. Residents complained. Eventually, it was reported and towed away on September 6th. At that point, it was just an inconvenience. A random car left on the street. Nothing unusual. Until 2 days later, when workers at the tow yard started noticing the odor. And when police checked the vehicle, they didn't find anything in the seats. Nothing in the back. They had to force open the front trunk, and that's where they found it. A black plastic bag. Inside, decomposing human remains. At first, they didn't even know who she was. The condition of the body made identification difficult. So investigators did what they always do. They released details. Height. Hair. Clothing. A tube top. Black leggings. A bracelet. An earring. And one detail that stood out more than anything else. A tattoo. On the right index finger. It read, "Shh." And that detail would end up connecting everything. 10 days later, they confirmed her identity. Celeste Rivas Hernandez, 15 years old. From Lake Elsinore. And this is where the story stops being just disturbing and starts becoming something else entirely. Because Celeste had been missing for a long time. Her mother said she had run away multiple times. The last confirmed sighting, April 2024. And before she disappeared, she mentioned someone, a boyfriend, named David. Now pause there for a second, because this is where things start to feel off. David, the same person whose car was holding her body. Except here's the detail people can't ignore. When Celeste first mentioned him, she was a minor. And not just barely. Way younger than people initially assumed. As more information came out, it became clear this wasn't a recent relationship. This went back years. People started digging. Old live streams from 2022 started resurfacing. And in those videos, there's a girl. Young. Quiet. Always around him. People now believe that was Celeste, which would mean, at the time, he was 17, and she was around 11. And this is the part people don't always want to sit with, because it's uncomfortable, but it matters. This wasn't something that suddenly escalated. It looks more like A long-term grooming situation. Slow. Gradual. Normalized over time. And that's what makes it dangerous. Because grooming doesn't look extreme at first. It looks casual. It looks like attention. It looks like closeness. Until it isn't. And by the time people realize, it's already too late. As the investigation continued, the connections kept stacking. The tattoo. That same shh on the finger. David had it too. Same placement, same design. And that's not something you randomly share with someone. That's intentional. Then there was the Hello Kitty detail, which sounds small, but it isn't. Because patterns matter. Celeste was last seen wearing Hello Kitty sandals. And around that same time, David's social media started using Hello Kitty imagery. Again, coincidence is possible. But when everything starts lining up, it stops feeling random. Then, location. Photos surfaced of David in Lake Elsinore. Not just in the same city, but within 500 meters of Celeste's home. And now we're not talking about internet connections anymore. We're talking about proximity, access, opportunity. And then a teacher came forward. She recognized the photos, said both Celeste and another girl seen with David were her students. And this is where things get even more serious. Because according to her, Celeste had already run away once to be with him. She had been found in Hollywood, taken back, returned to school, given another chance. And then she disappeared again. And that's a pattern. Run, return, repeat, which is something you often see in situations where someone feels attached to a person they shouldn't be with. Not because they fully understand it, but because someone has made them feel like they do. And then the internet caught up. Discord logs started circulating. Messages from as early as 2022, mentioning David having a girlfriend named Celeste. By 2024, people were already calling him out, posting missing person flyers, accusing him directly. And this is the part that's hard to ignore, because it wasn't hidden. People suspected something. People were saying something, but nothing officially happened. And that's something I think about a lot in cases like this. How many times does something have to be visible before it's taken seriously? And then there's his music. Because this is where things shift. From suspicious to unsettling. One of his songs includes the line, "I don't care about the law when I'm with you, 'cause I be breaking it all the time." Another one mentions someone dying in his mind and not feeling anything about it. Now look, lyrics don't equal guilt. Artists say things all the time, but context matters. Timing matters. And when those lyrics exist, alongside everything else, they start to feel different. Less like expression, more like reflection. And what makes it even stranger is the timeline. He released music on her birthday, repeatedly, including one of his biggest songs. And just 2 months before her body was found, he held a concert with an afterlife theme. Coffins. funeral imagery. And I'm not saying that proves anything, but it does add a layer that's hard to ignore. And then comes one of the strangest details. He has a current girlfriend, also named Celeste, older, 23 years old. And people noticed the resemblance. And that's where theories start forming. Was it coincidence? Or was it replacement? Because psychologically, that wouldn't be unheard of. Trying to recreate something, control something, or bury something under something new. Again, not proof. But when everything stacks together, it becomes a pattern people can't ignore. And finally, the case takes a turn. David is charged. First-degree murder. With special circumstances. Prosecutors allege that Celeste went to his home in April 2025 at his invitation, and she was never seen again. They claim this wasn't random. This wasn't sudden. This was planned, lying in wait, protecting his career, silencing someone who could expose everything. And when you step back, that's when the full picture hits. This wasn't just about one moment. It was about everything leading up to it. Takeaway plus your personality. And this is where I think people miss the point. Because a lot of conversations around this case focus on the ending, the crime, the discovery. But the real story is everything before that. The years, the signs, the patterns, the fact that this didn't come out of nowhere. It developed, slowly. And in a way, that didn't look dangerous until it was. And that's what makes cases like this so uncomfortable. Because it forces you to ask, what did people see, but choose to ignore? Or maybe, what did they see, but didn't fully understand? Because grooming doesn't look like a crime at first. It looks like attention. It looks like connection. It looks like someone being special. Until one day, you realize it wasn't. And by then, the damage is already done. And I think that's the part people don't talk about enough. Not just how these situations end, but how they start. Because if you only focus on the worst moment, you miss the warning signs that come before it. And those are the moments that could actually change something if they were taken seriously. This case isn't just disturbing because of what happened. It's disturbing because of how long it was allowed to happen, and how visible it was, and how easily it blended into normal life. Until it didn't anymore. If there's one thing this story leaves you with, it's this. Not every dangerous situation looks dangerous in the beginning. Sometimes it looks familiar. Sometimes it looks harmless. Sometimes it even looks like love. And that's exactly why it's so easy to miss. Until it's too late. So yeah, maybe this isn't just a story you listen to and move on from. Maybe it's one you think about. The next time something feels slightly off, but not enough to question. Because sometimes that's exactly where it starts.